the best time of the week. Time to listen to the Three Brothers. Forget your garlic and your leeks and listen to the Three Brothers. It's fat-free, sugar-free, dairy-free, soy-free, and free from gluten and priestcraft too. If you click this accidentally, stick around. You might learn a thing or two. Chuck on a shirt, tie and shorts, and crack yourself a brew without any further ado. We are coming at you. Three brothers, juxtapositions, and midnight ramblings for sure. Three brothers, don't forget you get what you pay for. Three brothers, so come on down, don't even worry about it anymore. Three brothers.
Hello there, brothers and sisters, and welcome again to the Three Brothers podcast. We are your hosts, your favorite or least favorite Three Brothers and a honey,
And a honeybee.
a honey dog for your enjoyment there. If you've accidentally clicked this video, good on you, welcome, and stick around because you may learn a thing or two, or you may be dumber for the experience. Who knows? But you may as well stick around and find out. And so welcome, and let's crack into it, people.
You don't have to listen to anything we say. Just stare at the puppy. We're good with that.
Let us follow up.
How did we do from me to you? I wanna follow up.
Yeah. You know what's so
Follow up.
crazy about those songs and the yeah is that it was a one-time ordeal, man.
Yeah,
You sung
Made up
all
on
of
the spot.
those. Yeah.
It's just made up on the spot as well. The whole thing.
And all of them had yeahs. Like they had that
Yeah.
theme somehow, like accidentally. I don't know if you just were prophetic. You're just
Surely
like,
you meant that.
knew.
Surely you put
knew.
into that. Yeah.
You knew the yeah was just gonna be the common thread that binds us together. one yeah to rule them all.
It is crazy. I didn't write anything down or anything. I just
Follow up.
literally made it up,
Yeah.
and it worked out to be great. All right. Well, okay. Follow up. Let's see. What was our commitment from last week? Was as the few become fewer, find the resolve to stand alone. And so, how did we do? What was that? What was it based off again? My memory's so bad.
A Joseph Smith quote where he says,
Sorry, Joseph
"I will
Smith,
stand.
yeah.
I will stand on a true principle, even if I must
That's
stand
right.
alone on it." Yeah.
Yes. So that's what it was based off. And so, yeah, that was the commitment to all of us. As the few become fewer, find the resolve to stand alone. So how do we do? And while you're at it, anything else to mention for the week?
Yeah, but I'm happy to jump in. I was telling both of you guys during the week or whatever, and I think I even mentioned it on Discord. June is the trickiest time of year for me. It's the busiest time. It's the most stressful time. It just always is. There's just no escaping it. And then this June in particular is a little bit more difficult just because of my current role and situation. And so that's just been a nightmare. I sort of I start very early and I get home pretty late and still try and fit in all the other many things that life requires of me. So calling and family time and all the rest of it and some jiu-jitsu and stuff. But I think the highlight probably the past week or so has been having both of our younger sister come and stay with us, which has been good. And she's not been a very active member of the church since she was little, but it was nice to bring her to church on Sunday and have gospel discussions and to see her just, I think, just a little bit happier around us, which is really nice. So yeah, it's nice to have that influence on people, especially someone that's your family. And hopefully it is affecting her for the better. And it was great to have her at church. So that was probably the highlight of the week.
Mm. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah,
Hmm.
she's had it rough for a long while, and I haven't seen her in years myself. So that's how that's gone. So I would like to see her hopefully, but I'm glad to hear that she's doing well. So love it, obviously. But yeah, so in terms of the commitment, this is another one of those ones that's an ongoing sort of thing. It's not like you're done and dusted and I'm now resolved to stand alone. It's something that you have to continually work at, right? And the landscape will change. As the few become fewer, the landscape around you will change. And so you have to be prepared to adjust to that change and to continue to work on that resolve to be able to stand alone. And ideally and hopefully you don't have to stand alone, but
100%.
you may have to. Yeah. So like it's just an ongoing thing. And so something we keep on working at. And then in regard to my week, I sit there think for a minute before we do this. I'm like, what did I do this week? And I'm like, I can't remember like what I did yesterday. So there's like no hope. But the only thing I think to mention is our house that we're building is coming along and it's locked up now and they're putting in the kitchen and they're putting in the all the bathrooms and the baths and all the stuff. So it's really cool to see that taking shape.
The bars.
The baths. Yeah.
Oh, the
So that's
baths.
really cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And my brother-in-law have been cleaning out the backyard. Like it's a big block, huge block of land, and he found a snake in there, so it was cool too. Um, but yeah, so that's why we're clearing it out. We don't want any snakes.
No
But apart from
snakes.
that, yeah, and then work's been insane as well. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah,
Very
that's a
good.
good point about the landscape always changing. That's a great point because it's like and I said last week, well, it was part of that Joseph Smith. It was like it doesn't mean that these people want to stand alone, and I think that that's important with the Joseph Smith in this. It's like it's not like he's like, man, I love standing alone. It's like I will stand alone if I
Mm,
have to, and I will.
mm, mm,
And I think that that's why the landscape is always changing. I think that's why it's always difficult because it's like you're willing to do it, but it's not fun to stand alone. You wish that you had friends. You want to have more people be like, no, this is an important grand to stand on. Can we get more people standing on this hill? Like, is there no one left willing to die? And I think that's why we glorify those things in good movies, you know? I think that's why those scenes like in the Avengers where Captain America's standing completely alone against an army and he doesn't move. I think those are why those scenes move us the way they do is because it's like that is something heroic, but we don't want it. We want somebody else to show up and be like, "Hey, I got your back." Like we don't we love the people that are willing to do it, but we hope they don't have to. We hope that the army of Avengers shows up and whatever and gives you backup on your left or whatever it is. Like I think that's important. The thing I'll say about these commitments is really funny for me is that like they're pretty much random. I'll sit down and be like, or I will seemingly random, but then it always ends up turning out to be like, wow, this was something that was really important for me this week. So once again, it's like I'm not receiving revelation for anyone else, but I'll tell you what, these commitments seem to really be affecting me. It seems to be like when their weeks like, wow, this seems like a week where it's like, like I'm standing alone on a lot of stuff. Am I really willing to stand alone on these things? And I'm like, oh man, that was the commitment this week. So
Mhm.
it's been really weird like that for me. So I enjoy this because it reminds me, or the one week with the don't shrink, don't I was like, man, okay, that's crazy. That was this week. But anyway, as far as my life's concerned, Ashley likes to remind me every week about like how big Zoe is, and it really
Mhm.
grosses me out. I don't like it at all. So like it's like this week she's the size of a pear. And I'm like, why is it always a food object? Why is it always something I stick in my mouth? So I like, okay, my baby is about this big, crunch. Like why are we doing this? I don't know. So
Why is it always
yeah.
something that I hate? No, just kidding.
Yeah, that. Yeah, like I don't even like pears. Yeah, I don't even
Yeah.
like pears. So yeah, anyway, I get new reminders of that every week. So that's a weird thing for me, as everyone knows. Ashley struggled with infertility her whole life. So it's always like it's just not real. And so to hear things like that, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, no, that's weird. So yeah, that's going on. That is going on here.
It's
That
good
was
though. It's good to
Very
hear.
exciting.
Yeah.
Because I
Nice.
want to
Alright.
follow up. Yeah,
I
yeah,
wanna
yeah.
Nice.
follow
Nice. It's a good follow-up. Nice. All right.
up.
We've got to.
We've got to rent. Yeah, we got to rent. Oh, it's the rent of the week. Yeah.
Now, just so everyone's aware, I have been trying to dump the rant of the week on Amon or Topher because, it's so easy for me to tick off absolutely everybody. And for some reason, Amon Topher can say the exact same things with me in that just sweet Australian accent, and it just makes everything better. And so, yeah, that's pretty much it. It's the truth. It's like there's just something about those guys. They're so much nicer. But anyway, they had a really busy week this week, so I had to come up with one, or I had one in the bank that I've been thinking about here, and it's this. I am so tired of always being the one somewhere in the middle ground getting attacked. And this Mormons versus the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints thing it's absolutely no different. Back in 2010 to 2015, we were doing the I'm a Mormon campaign. We were doing all of that stuff. And I was like, I wish we did more stuff like I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. You know? Like I wish we did more of that kind of stuff. And but you know what? I'm gonna sign up for the I'm a Mormon campaign. I'm gonna make the profile. I'm gonna do all that stuff online. I'm telling you, I had everybody and their dog and their cute little puppy attacking me, rough, for being like anti follow the prophet. Like, do you not like President Monson? Do you not think he's a prophet? You know, we're doing the I'm a Mormon campaign. Like, get behind it. You need to do this. Blah 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 blah. And it's like, can't we have like a middle ground here? Can't we understand that like, oh, I get it. Okay, we're Mormons, but can't we have this more of a focus on the fact that when we're asked this, like we actually are the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints? No, Micah, we can't. Okay. So then President Nelson comes in and it's like, okay, we're no longer even going to be claimed to be associated with Mormons. We've always been the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And I'm like, what just happened here? The same people who like bagged me back in 2015 are the same ones that whenever I use the term Mormon, they're like, whoa, whoa, that's a derogatory term. We don't call ourselves that. We don't ever use the M word. And it's like, well, what are you talking about? What do you mean we don't use the M word? Like, it's gotten so bad where it's like there'll be engagements where it's like somebody will be like, "Oh, Micah, are you a Mormon?" And they expect me to be like, "Well, no, that's actually a derogatory term. Let me give you the backstory on that. I actually am a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. We're not actually Mormon." They expect me to do that live in person. What's so hilarious about that is that the church does not even follow that own principle. What do you mean? What do you mean, Micah? Type in www.mormon.org. Now, does it take you immediately to a website that says, "I'm sorry, are you trying to reach the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints? Because if you are, you've typed in a derogatory term, and this is not acceptable"? Or does it immediately take you to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints' website? It does. It immediately takes you to the church's website. So we, on the one hand, want to say we've never been Mormon. We've never been associated with that name ever. It's a derogatory term. But if you type in Mormon.org, it's going to take you directly to our website. We'll wear it. And if you decide to use that term, we're going to sue you because it's our intellectual property. What?
Yeah.
What? I just want a principled approach here, people. I think that it is okay if somebody says, "Hey, Micah, are you Mormon?" Yes. Am I a son of Helaman? Yes. Am I a Joseph's boy? Yes. Which church do you belong to? I belong to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I don't believe those things are mutually exclusive.
Mm.
I don't believe that it is evil for somebody to say, "Yeah, I'm a Mormon, true blue, through and through." I believe that there was a good guy, President Joseph Fielding Smith, who said that in a
Hmm.
situation which we glorify because it was so brave of him to say. But I think that he would also understand I belong to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And I just find the hypocrisy of it all, once again, just so overwhelming. Like, these same people who had absolutely, like, gung ho, the same people who are like, Micah, if you don't get 100% behind the I'm a Mormon campaign, then you're the scum of the earth, are the same people that if I ever, even just in a meme, joke about Brigham Young being a Mormon and saying, and actually being the only true Christian, people are like too afraid to touch it. They're like, ooh, he used the M word. He used Mormon. I don't think I can like this. I don't know. Ooh, it's crazy. It's like Mormon has now become the Latter-day Saints M word, you know?
I like dropping some M-word
And
slurs from
I
time
love
to time.
dropping some M word slurs from time to
I
time.
don't even know another M word slur, but
Uh,
it
Dude,
is
it's gotten to
the
that
M word
point,
slur.
dude.
Mormon.
It's gotten to that point in time. I bet you that there are Latter-day Saint women in Utah that are like, don't say the M word. Like, dude, it has gotten to that point in time.
Yeah,
The M
I
word,
bet.
That's funny, man.
and that's
That's a
it.
good, that's a really good rant. That's a really good rant.
You want to be
Yeah, nice.
associated with it? Can we just get rid of the website? What? Why do we still own Mormon.org? Like, can we just get rid of it? Why are we suing people for using Mormon? Like,
Mhm.
just, I don't know. Figure something out. Keep a principle there. I don't see a problem with it.
Good rant.
You know what I think? I'll close this image. You know what I think? I think that it's the fact that the term Mormon is now associated now with our past. And that's what really bothers me the most is that it's not just, oh, we want to more correctly identify ourselves as the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I feel like Mormon is associated with Brigham Young, with John Taylor, with plural marriage. I feel with racism. I feel like it's now associated with people believe is our dirty past, and we've now lumped it all in the word Mormon, and we want to bury it. And that really bothers me because there's a lot of really, really good feelings I have towards not only all those people, but the term Mormon. Because, I actually like Brigham Young. I don't think he was racist. I don't. Sorry. I like John Taylor. I like the celestial law. Call me crazy, but the idea of consecration in the patriarchal order kind of sound nice to me. So, yeah, I think that that's
Mm.
what they're doing, and that really bothers me.
Mm.
Yeah, I spent most of my life as a Mormon, you know what I mean? Most of my life with that title and proud of it.
Yeah, I think we earned
Yeah.
it, didn't we?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
People using it.
I don't think I'll
Yeah.
ever see it as a slander. It's,
I don't.
Well, I just think if you spend your entire life with people calling you a Mormon in order to upset you and in order to like use it in a in their own mind in like a derogatory way, haven't you sort of earned it a little bit? Like, can't you sort of claim it and be proud to be whatever that
literally,
is?
literally like how the black people would talk
Yes.
about the N-word.
Yeah.
Same
Yeah,
thing. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, we earned it. It's our word. Yeah,
yeah. Well, like
yeah.
we've learned to own it and earned it, and it's
And
ours.
you can't say it. It's our word.
That's the direction we should have gone. We should have been like, no, no, no. Only
Uh,
we can use that word towards ourselves.
Yeah, yeah.
When you use it, it's racist and bigoted, but when we use it,
Mm.
it's hip. It's that's the
I,
direction we should
I
have
do
gone.
like your point, though. The fact is that we can be lots of things at the same time. We're also priesthood holders.
There you go.
But you can't say you're a priesthood holder. You have to say you're a member that no, I can. I can be a priesthood holder I can be someone who's received the gift of the Holy Ghost. I can be, a high priest. I could be, whatever. I could be a teacher. I can be all sorts of things. But at the same time, I can also be a Mormon, and I can be a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Yeah.
Only one of those is a church, but
Exactly.
yeah.
I would never say, yeah, it's the Mormon Church. Like that was never a thing. At least for
Mm.
me, it was like, do you belong to the Mormon Church? I'd be like, I'm a Mormon, but it's we've known as that, but we belong to the
Yeah.
Church of Jesus Christ of
Yeah,
Latter-day Saints. That's actually the name of
I've
the church.
always said that, man. I've always said that. People are like, oh, what are you, Mormon? And I'm like, yes.
Mm.
And then they might say
What
something like,
church?
well,
Yeah.
what religion is that? And you go, oh, it's the Church of Jesus Christ. I'd say, yeah, I'm Christian. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day
Yeah.
Saints.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, you go, I'm Mormon. Yeah. But it's not the Mormon church. So that's a good point too.
Exactly
Mm.
like we do, I don't know, with the website. Yeah, we're Mormon, but let me take you to the Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints
Mhm.
website. You
In
know?
fact, all of that, trying to bury the word Mormon happened years and years after my mission. And on my mission, I spent my entire mission telling people I wasn't from the Mormon church in
Mm.
Chinese, but it's Mormon Gao. And that in Chinese, the translation sounds like Devil's Door Church.
Oh, that
So it's
ain't
like
good.
really,
Right?
it's like a big deal over there to not associate our church with the word Mormon because it literally means Devil's Gate or Devil's Door. And so it sounds
Wow.
the same. It's not the same characters, but that's what it sounds like. So it's not a good nickname. And so over there where they're like, oh, you're Mormon Gao. We're like, nah, we're Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And that's almost the name on our book, but it's not even the name on our book. It's close. It's still not right. But anyway, but that's what they call us over there. So yeah, I spent my entire 2 years like begging and pleading people that we are not the Mormon church.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've always been that way.
Crazy. All right. Well, let's have a comment, shall we?
Comment.
Of the week. Yeah, yeah, la, 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 yeah, 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 yay!
Yeah.
Oh man, it makes me want to go back and listen to your original one more time just to see how these things were born. This was found in the wild, and since it was found in the wild in a public domain, it's free game.
Using the name. Ah.
So there was this little backstory here for those who don't know, because maybe that'd be important here. There was this video of an LDS priestcraft influencer, same thing, spewing absolute just crazy nonsense on her channel, doctrinally just way off the bat. And in this video, she was talking about how like it's not breaking the Sabbath to go off and like purchase a bunch of stuff on the Sabbath, so long as the purpose is to make people feel good. And that was her big point there, that so long as it's making someone feel good, then you can break the Sabbath without breaking the Sabbath. And there was every single comment was like, yeah, you're the best, except for like all the people that like Rodney and everyone that showed up and commented on her video. But this individual was like, how you observe and honor the Sabbath is between you and the Lord, so like that's completely okay. And then Danae came in and just rocked this awesome comment, and that one upvote there was me. So it was just so awesome to see this. She says, "Okay,
What a support team.
yeah, me support team in the background. Woohoo! Yeah, yeah, a cheerleader of one, but God,
Oh.
yeah, oh, yeah, oh." But God has made his standards clear. So if you think you can convince God to lower his standards to yours, you don't understand the character of God.
Oi, such a cop out kind of comment though. Like people use this in so many different aspects, so for so many different things. Like how you do anything is between you and the Lord. Do you know what I mean? Like how you do anything is between you and the Lord. It's like, no. I mean, yes, you have this relationship with the Lord, but He does have ways of doing things. You don't get to like modify them in private because you feel better about it and then say that the Spirit told me I'm good, which is the other one that people like to whip out. Anytime you've got a good argument, the Spirit told me I'm good, or the Spirit confirmed to me that blah blah blah, and then it's like, oh, okay, cool. Instantly you
Checkmate. Yeah.
get to do whatever you want. Yeah, checkmate. Yeah, okay. Is that how it works? So it's such a cop out comment, man.
Nothing describes this better than there's memes that are like a scantily clad girl doing the wrong thing, and she's like, "Only God can judge me," and the next frame is God pointing
God.
and judging and going, "You're a,
Yeah, you're a this.
you're a, you know what?" And but it teaches like a genuine principle. You can say like it's just between me and God, but then don't forget that God actually has a standard. So yeah, it might be between you and God, but you're completely disobeying God's standard. So why is that some kind of flex? All it is,
And there's
all it is a lazy cop out comment to try and make people feel like they can be and do whatever they want to be and do. And it's not true.
Yeah, they're not the same thing. Something being between you and the Lord and you breaking a commandment are not the same thing. You know what I mean? Like she's basically going, you can do whatever you want if it's between you and the Lord. No, that's not how that works. It just doesn't work this way. What are you doing?
And you
That's
know what
right,
it's
I
like?
murdered the guy. I murdered the guy, but
you know-
it's between me and the Lord.
I was about to say the exact same thing. It's like, I actually I won't say anything too vulgar, but yeah, that's a really good comment. It's like, yeah, yes, I killed my husband, but that was between me and my husband. Okay, but you got to go to jail. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it. I get it was a fight between you and your husband, and you won because you had the gun. But now you have to still go to jail. Like, I get it, but there's still a consequence for your actions.
You know, and what kills me about this is that, and everything you just said, is that once again, maybe I'm just, I don't know. I pick a word for me being pessimistic or whatever, but why does it
Pepsi
only
mystic.
Pepsi
He's a Pepsi
Pepsi
mystic.
mystic?
That's
Oh,
actually really good.
that's actually really good. That was on
Here's
the
another
spot.
one. Here's another one. Pepsi Max Stick.
Oh, I'm a masochist. Yes, I'm a
Pepsi, Pepsi
mastic.
Max, Pepsi. Oh, because we call you guys don't have Pepsi Max. I don't think we have Pepsi
No.
Max in Australia. That's our sugar free. It's our Diet Pepsi.
Oh, nice.
Pepsi Max. So it's a Pepsi Max
Max
stick. I
sticks.
don't know.
So that's
Max
so that's what
sticks.
Topher is, because he's got the Pepsi Max. I'm the Pepsi mixed. Yeah, that's what I am. Yeah, call me that. But it seems like this confusion on, oh, that's between me and the Lord, only seems to apply to things that typically women struggle with. Like I don't ever hear, like, a man being like, well, what I do with my neighbor's wife, that's just
Hmm.
between me
It's
and
between
God and my
us.
wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know
Yeah.
what? My relationship with pornography, that's between me and my wife and God.
Yeah.
For
Cut
some
cut the
reason,
meme. Cut the meme to the picture of Jesus pointing and going, "You're a
Mm.
sinner."
for some reason, those things just don't seem to apply the same way. As soon as that, it's things like a woman judging her husband. Like, then all of a sudden it's like, you've lost the power. You've lost the priesthood.
Yeah.
Amen to the priesthood of that man. I'm judging you squarely. All of a sudden, it's pretty clear. All of a sudden, it's like, why are my guidelines so clear cut, but yours are like always between you and the Lord, and I just have to take your word for it? You know?
Mm.
You,
You
you
even
know what
asking
else
that
is?
question, it makes you a woman hater. What?
You know what else is annoying about this? 123 likes to one.
Yeah.
You know, this is you go girl. You know, like
And
this is
95% of them are women. Yeah.
yeah.
What
You're like you tell them. You know, like it's just
what
jump
was
on the
the follow-up
bandwagon
this
because it makes
week?
us all feel better.
Are you willing to stand alone?
Stand alone. There you go.
When
That's
there's
it.
100, when there's 124 people, are you willing to be the one person that's like, I
That's
don't
so
agree
it.
with that?
And neither does God.
So, yeah. Danae just
Exactly.
proved this week she's willing to be the one.
That's awesome.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Good
So
comment.
that's
Good
inspirational.
comment. Well done. Good comment.
Be the one. Be the one.
I wanna be the one.
Whoa.
Comment. You gotta be the one with the comment.
We've had a question. Oh, sorry, we've had a comment. Now we have a question.
Questions. Baby's got a question. Have you got a question? Well, here's a place to get it answered. It's the question of the week.
For another 2 minutes.
Baby, who's the baby with the question this week? Baby's
It's an-
got a question.
Anonymous this
Oh,
week. It's a
anonymous.
three-part
Anonymous
question.
baby.
And before anybody asks, it's been submitted by multiple individuals over the course of 6 years. And this one has been come up again and again and again. And for some reason, they always seem to send it to me. So I thought, oh, well, let's just put it in a 3-part and let's see if we can answer it all at once.
See if baby's got a question.
See if baby's got a question. I did warn Am and Topher ahead of time this was coming, and I said if they answer it wrong, I'm gonna light them up. I'm just gonna light them up. So it's good.
Baby's got a...
Did you warn us? I don't remember this.
Oh, I did. Oh, yeah, I did. You guys must
Okay.
have missed it. No, I definitely
Do you
did.
want me to read
Let's see
this?
how we go with the pub quiz. Yeah, go.
All right. Question of the week, part 1. Is fulfilling the seminary answers, the answer to every question at church, i.e., go to church, read your scriptures, have a temple recommend, etc., enough to qualify you for exaltation in the highest degree of the celestial kingdom?
Are we going to answer that one first?
Sure, if
we
you want.
we
Yeah,
answer at the
I
same
think
time
let's
on
break
3.
it down. Right, 1,
Oh
2,
no! Oh no!
3.
No!
No.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to say mine first because I don't want to copy you.
Okay.
All right, but you got to tell me if I've got to get lit up. So I think probably the easiest way to answer this for me would be that there can't be a list. There can't be a perfect list as to what you need to do, as well as understanding it's what you need to become.
Mhm.
And so you can have a list of things, but if you're not truthfully going through those things and repenting and changing and becoming more like Jesus, your list is irrelevant. And I think that the more you learn about the gospel of Jesus Christ, the more you deepen your conversion to Jesus Christ, the more you realize there is to do, the more you realize you can't do it all, the more you realize you have to rely on Jesus Christ for the gap, and then you become more and more like him. And if you ever stop that process, so if that process in you ever dies and you plateau, I think you give up the rights to the celestial kingdom. So you always have to be taking that extra step. And if that step is the smallest little step you can make, and that's the best you can possibly do, you just take that step. But it has to be the absolute maximum you can take. So I think it would be almost impossible for someone to come up with a list, because the more you learn as you go through life, the more that you're required to live by what you've learned,
Yep.
even if it's slow and even if it's steady. And it's about what you become, not just a list of rules, do's and don'ts.
You know what the gospel, to add to your point, do you know what the gospel is? It's the Dunning-Kruger effect. You know what that is?
That's right.
Yeah, it's the Dunning-Kruger effect. So
Yeah.
this is the bare minimum, right? This is the bare minimum. This is what we all need to do. This is the basics of the gospel. This is what we all learn that we need to do. This is bare minimum. So as you go to church, as you read your scriptures, as you have a temple recommend, you go to the temple, you make covenants, you learn more, you you keep going on this journey, and then you think, oh, I know everything. The reason I know this is because I was this, right, for many, many years, my whole life really. And then, but what happens is the more that you learn, if you're doing it right, the more you actually realize what you don't know.
Yeah.
You think you know everything, and you think, "Oh, this is I'm good. I am actually on track for the celestial kingdom." But if you're doing it right, you actually should be learning that you actually don't know anything. But then that makes you go, "Hang
And,
on, I need to learn
and
more and become
yeah,
more."
and I think to that point as well, I think you should also always have that little bit of righteous fear that you're not going to be enough.
Yes.
Because
Yeah. Don't ever
without
settle.
that, it,
Yeah.
it's the same that we always talk about. Like anyone who's like, I'm definitely going to be in Zion. That's crazy
That's insane.
because you should always be afraid that you could make the wrong step and miss it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we always say like we're hopeful and we are striving and we'd
Yeah.
love to be involved. We hope they'd like to have us. And I think that goes for life too. Like I'd hope they'd like to have us in the celestial kingdom. I hope I can be better and do better and become more. I think I'd be crazily pig-headed and prideful to say I'm definitely going to the celestial kingdom. That's crazy.
I was going to say
That's
the
crazy.
confidence in that is really close to pride, right? Like it's a really like that's a real close correlation there.
Yeah,
The confidence of being
yeah,
inside is really close to being prideful, whereas the fear of not making it is more like linked to like the humility of like, hope I can,
yeah.
I want to make it. I hope I can. Yeah, you got to be careful not to be the confident, prideful. I'm going to be there. I'll see you there, and you'll be there if you're lucky. Do you know what I mean? Like it's
Because we don't
yeah.
judge ourselves. I mean, it's one thing to be like, I'm committed and like I'm in, like I'm all the way in to the gospel. I'm all the way in behind the Savior. I'm all the way into striving to keep the commandments. But to say something like, "Oh, I'm definitely going to the celestial kingdom," that's such a prideful self-judgment.
Mm,
And to put it next to a checklist and be like, this is the reason why I know. It's like,
Yeah,
oh, now I
yeah,
know that you don't know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Bang, bang on. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
just
the
quickly
word.
before we move on to
Oh,
part two. Oh, sorry, go on.
yeah. The way the scriptures describe this or the revelation about who goes to the celestial kingdom, it isn't so much a checklist. They actually use
The
one key
valiant.
word, valiant.
Mm,
That's the word. And so it's like, okay, so does everyone who show up to boot camp, does everyone who wears the uniform, is every soldier going to come back labeled valiant? I think that's a ludicrous statement to make. I think that's a ludicrous statement to make. Yeah, they're all soldiers, but like valiant is not something that you can write in a textbook. It's diving on the
mm,
live grenade. Is that part of the
yeah.
requirements to be a soldier? No, there's no requirement for that. It's about
Mm,
when you see Topher and you see Ammon and the choice comes down, are you going to take the dive would you take the dive on that grenade to save their life? That's
mm,
valiant. It's going above and beyond. It is about, as it says in the scriptures, not being a slothful servant who just simply waits to be commanded and given a list in all things, who
mhm,
sees something, sees a need, sees something, and dives on that live grenade. And those are the people that we go, that was valiant. That was something we all
mm,
strive to be like. That's valiance. And that's the way the Lord describes it. These are those who were valiant in the testimony of Jesus Christ versus these were members of the church who were not valiant in the testimony of Jesus Christ. And simply having a testimony is not a description of valiance. It's not.
mm.
Valiance is not just a simply what you do, but how you do it. Right?
Yeah.
It's
It's also inspiring.
inspiring. Yeah.
That's what
And
you want to be.
then that's
I
a
don't want
huge
to be
part of
someone
that.
that
Yeah.
can just check off all the boxes. I want to be someone who's like um who's been so affected positively that they've changed and become something better.
Hmm.
They become the hero.
Yes. Exactly.
You see someone who's like the ultimate example, they've become the hero. And it's like, man, you can do a heroic thing without being a hero. But when you see someone who's like consistently the hero, like I want to be like that.
Yeah.
What I was going to say before we move to the next bit was this also kind of reminds me of the rich young, was he a ruler? I can't remember. The rich guy, the
Yes.
rich man that went to the savior and said,
Yep.
There you go.
"Hey, I've done this and that. I've done all these things
Mm,
from birth. I've lived this. I've done that. I've lived these rules. Blah blah blah. Da da da. What else do I need to do?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's not enough." now sacrifice everything, drop everything, and follow me.
Mm.
But I've gone to church, I've read my scriptures, I've have a temple recommend.
Yeah, and
Same
where
sort
does
of
it
question,
say in the list of to-dos that I have to give up all my money? Well, there wasn't a list of to-dos to give up all your money, but he was being challenged to become something.
The
You really
Abrahamic
want to become
sacrifice, yeah.
something? Yeah. You want to become something? Make this sacrifice.
And it
There you go.
requires everything.
Great point. Great point. We have
All
we
right,
have these
nice.
moments in life. Yeah, carry on.
Mhm. No, yeah,
Yep.
good. Part two. How far do you think the restoration would have gone if Joseph Smith valued Emma and his commitment to her above everyone else and his commitment to God? That's an interesting
It would have
question.
gone as far as Nauvoo, I guess, is where it would have died.
For me, the thing is, I think Joseph Smith did value Emma and his commitment to her above above everything. It's that she didn't value her commitments to God. Really,
Mm.
I think Joseph did value her. I think Joseph did try. I think, so how far do you think the restoration would have gone if Joseph Smith valued Emma and his commitment to her above everyone else and his commitment to God? Well, I think he valued her the appropriate amount.
I think what
100%.
what it's yeah, and I think what it's leading to as well though is clearly towards the end of Emma's life though, she had at what point did Emma Smith turn from the gospel? Was it before Joseph Smith died? Or for some reason was it immediately after he died? And I think the more that you learn about the life of Emma Smith and you have a look in the Doctrine and Covenants and you look at the quotes from early prophets and apostles about who she was and the things that she did, I think it's pretty clear that she'd been turning away from the Lord before Joseph Smith had passed away. So, despite the fact that Joseph was trying to remain as committed as he possibly could to his wife because he'd made that commitment, it was clear that Emma had already started moving away from her commitments. So that's 100% the case. And I guess in my mind, when I read that, I think to myself, what if Joseph had followed that same path before he died? So what if he'd gone down the same path that Emma was going down, which was fighting against celestial marriage, fighting against the leadership of the church? What if Joseph had gone that route? And I think the church, I mean, unless the Lord wanted to pass it on before that point, which I'm sure he would have, otherwise the church would have just died in Nauvoo.
There was lots of cases too, like that. The plural marriage was just one of those cases that's little more well known. Well, among us, I guess you could say, even in the church, I think seemingly nowadays it's not as much known that the revelation was brought to Emma and she immediately burned it in the fireplace.
Hmm.
And or known that that was the reason why the Relief Society was originally shut down. A lot of people don't even know the Relief Society was shut down. The Relief Society actually was shut down for many years until it was reorganized again or reestablished again. And it was shut down because Emma was teaching the women of the Relief Society to basically go against and fight against the priesthood, and that's what Emma was doing. And you can look it up. This is common knowledge. You can look it up on anywhere. But yeah, it was shut down. They shut down the Relief Society. It was shut down because of this. And but even on just a basic level, the amount of stories that you think like where you would get to something like, or how about this, the story of Brigham Young, being dead sick, and he was called on a mission, and he's in the back of that trail, that wheel, the wagon, and they're
Wagon.
like, "Hurrah for Israel," whatever. These stories with Emma where these kinds of things take place, and Emma says, "You have a responsibility to us. You have a responsibility to your wife. You have a responsibility to your kids." What do you do in those situations? Because I'll tell you, a lot of Latter-day Saint men today say, "Well, my commitment to my wife, my commitment to my family is more important. So screw you." And they do that all the time. But these men, including Joseph Smith, said, "I love you, Emma. I love you, honey. I love you, wife and kids, but my commitment to God is greater. And so I get you want me to stay on this farm. I get you want me to do these things. And I get that I'm even sick to the point of death. But guess what, honey? I'm getting in the back of that wagon. I'm gonna be shouting hurrah
Mm,
for Israel, and I'm going off into the
mm,
sunset.
mm.
So even on a more a very very basic level, this happened all the time, and this idea that like, well, I'm going to value my I have to value my commitment to my wife or my family more than my commitment to God, right? Or my commitment to other people. When if that was the way that the early brethren lived, the restoration would have never happened.
Yeah,
Simply put, it would never have happened.
here's a quick story for you. Firstly, I think about that Brigham Young story all the time. If I ever think about my own life, um, and being called to do something that's too hard, or being exhausted, or being tired, or this is difficult or that's difficult, I think about the examples like Brigham Young that was willing to leave his family basically destitute, at the call of the Lord, and had to put all his faith and trust in the fact that that's what the Lord really wanted him to do, and that he would take care of his family. To me, that is one of the ultimate examples of faith and trust in the Lord. That's incredible, and I'm so grateful for examples like that. It's the same thing as the saints that crossed the plains. Like, they were literally willing to walk to their deaths, essentially, at the call of the Lord. And to me, that is so inspiring. It just blows my mind.
And how many of
Now,
those children went apostate either? I think that's a good point. Is how many of their children
yeah,
went apostate? Do you understand how powerful of of
yeah,
of a teaching
a
moment that
learning
is for the
experience.
kids? Yes, for the
Yeah,
kids to
it's a
know.
faith
No,
promoting experience that never dies. And for all of their families and the families that came after that, and then me, who had nothing, basically no ties to them whatsoever, but I
yep,
look to them like the ultimate,
yep,
like the ultimate example, like they're
yep.
mine. You know what I mean? Like, I want to lay claim on that kind of commitment. And here's another one from my own personal life. Like, one of my best friends, um, I met him when he'd recently come back to church, and we spent years together at church, and all of our conversations were gospel related. And he went through the temple, he got married in the temple. Um, Later on, his wife left, and he had some dramas there. But the beautiful thing was that he stayed close to the Lord, and in the church the whole time, and just such a good guy. And he ended up meeting a new girl, a year or two later, met a new lady. She wasn't a member of the church, but she was lovely. And she started to come to church with him. And she was desperate to learn and desperate to get baptized. And we were all thinking, oh, this is amazing. This is so good. I'm so happy for this guy. He's such a good guy. And this lady is, arm in arm with him, trying to find her own faith and support him in his beliefs. And I used to teach them in gospel principles class every week. So it was like my pleasure to sort of like teach her the gospel alongside him every single week. And then they went and got married, and we never saw them ever again.
Oh man,
So why is that? It's because she woke up on the next Sunday morning and said to him, "If you love me, you'll spend your time with me and not at church."
yep. There you
And
go.
so he never went back to church.
Yep.
They've now got three beautiful children who've never seen the inside of a church. They've never been baptized. They've never been named. They'll never see a temple. I mean, I hope everything changes. But the point is, what he did instantly is he immediately valued the commitment to his wife. Not that it
Yep.
was a righteous commitment, but he immediately valued the commitment to his wife over everything else that he knew and loved.
Yep.
And think about the things that he's had to give up just to make his wife feel happier about hanging out on the Sunday rather than letting him worship God. So, and the things that he's missed out on for his family for eternity because of that. So it is actually heartbreaking to me, and it will forever be like a, an unfortunate memory and a reminder to me that you actually need to keep not just your commitments to others as well, but really like God first. Like, you got to keep your commitments to God. And if your wife cares about you and loves you, um, and it's not always going to be sunflowers and rainbows and dandelions, but if you're a trying to be a righteous husband and do all the things that you should be doing, you'd like to think that that would have some kind of positive influence over your wife, your family, and then maybe you can lead them down that path. But good idea not to throw all that in the bin just to try and temporarily make them happy. Because if you're always giving up that ground and never keeping any of your own commitments or your own backbone or anything like that, you'll fall for anything. You'll have no foundation in life, I feel like.
That
So
that's a
And it
really
works in
good
reverse.
example.
Really good
Go
example.
on, sorry, go on.
I hope that Ashley would leave me. This works in reverse. Like if I was just like, you know what, I don't that Joseph Smith guy. I've decided he's
mm,
not for me. You know what? I've just
mm,
decided that this. I pray to God that Ashley would have enough strength to do everything she could to leave me and take the kids from me. I
yeah, yep,
genuinely hope that she would leave me and wouldn't be like, well, I love Micah. My commitment to him is more important because it's like my stupid choices would be damning not only me but my kids. And I would hope that
yeah,
she would do
yep,
everything she can to get the kids away from me. That's genuinely. I hope that like she would do everything she could to do that because um no, like it's the kingdom of God or nothing. And if she was okay with it, if she was like, "Okay, honey, I love you more," then it was like, were you lying the whole time about your testimony of Joseph Smith? Were you
yeah,
lying
yeah,
about what you really believed with this thing? Because if you actually believe that, like, why would you accept me in this life over the riches of eternity? So now, like, this works in reverse as well. Like, and I've thought
yeah.
about this, and it's just like, no, I would genuinely hope that she would have the courage to be like, no, this is not negotiable. This is something that's not negotiable in our marriage. This is just not negotiable. It's the kingdom of God or nothing.
Mm,
It's the
mm.
Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints or nothing. Like, I'm
If
sorry.
you can give up on a commitment as large as that in your marriage, doesn't that immediately send a message to your spouse that anything could change?
I
That
don't know why it
nothing
wouldn't.
is sacred, that nothing could be forever and nothing could be solid if something like that in your life could change?
I don't know how you think
Uh,
that you could abandon God, but then like I'd be loyal to my spouse.
yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. If you can do something
That's
like that, then anything goes. Isn't that the whole thing? Like, um, if somebody's bold enough to cheat on their wife or whatever, then anything can happen, right? That's the whole concept. Like they could once a cheater, always a cheater. You could do this once, and then all of a sudden the door's open to whatever happening.
yeah.
So
I
yeah,
was going to
sorry,
say
that's yeah.
that, that's a really good example because and it ties really well like so with Emma and Joseph, right? So Emma obviously started fighting against bits and pieces, but what did Joseph do? He did love her, right? Obviously loved her,
Mm,
and he did want to be committed to her. But what did he do? He chastised her. You know what I mean? And the
yeah,
Lord
Yeah.
chastised her
yeah,
because the Lord loves us and he'll chastise us. He didn't just
yeah,
like go, okay, well, I'm choosing Emma or, you know, or just,
yeah,
it didn't
yeah,
even have to go, hey, I'm choosing Emma or the Lord. You know what? Emma, you're not doing the right thing right now. And the Lord and
yeah.
him would chastise her, you know? And yeah, so anyway,
He did offer
good.
her a divorce, but yeah.
Oh, there you go.
It was eventually taken back, but it was offered at one point. But yes.
Mm. But yeah, good real world example on that one. Okay, part
Yeah.
three to this. Oh, did you want to add anything else?
No, you're good.
Part three. Do you believe such individuals who put the commitment to their spouse above all others will obtain exaltation? Is it a sign of righteousness?
I think it's a sign of weakness. It takes a strong man.
Selfishness?
This, yeah, I think it takes a really strong man to stand up for what you know or what you believe in, even against the person that you love the most in the world,
Mm-mm.
right?
It's true.
Because how easy is it to capitulate? How easy is it in life to just give in,
Oh,
especially
so
to
easy.
someone that you really care about? Like if you really care about someone, and you don't want to rock the boat. It's really, really easy to cave.
Oh, mate, I
I think
capitulate all day, every day. I'm
all
capitulating
day, every day, especially with your kids,
to
man.
keep to stop the
My
boat
life is
rocking.
capitulation. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I ate my son's donut apparently the other day, and before you know it, I was on the phone begging my wife to pick up donuts on the way home. I was bloody capitulating all over the house. You know what I mean? Because I just wanted to keep the peace. My little boy was squealing his lungs out. I was like, ah man, I can't do it. I can't handle it. Go get some donuts. Yeah, so I think isn't it so much easier to just be capitulating all over the shop rather than standing up for something that you know is right or the way it should be, especially
100%.
your spouse. If your spouse is really upset about something to the point where they could make some serious negative decisions,
Yeah.
isn't the world's easiest thing to just be like, okay, I'll do what you want me to do. And then they're like, okay, cool, done. Like,
Yeah.
all right, I dodged a bullet. Yeah, yeah, dodge that bullet. But what bullet did you take instead?
Yeah. And what's
Is
coming
she
down
going
in
to
the future
actually,
because of that?
exactly, is she actually going to respect you in the future? Is she going to, now that she's got that, what else is going to have to change at the drop of a hat? And she's going to expect it to happen too, because if you can change that, well, you can change anything.
Yeah.
If you can drop one of the strongest foundational principles of your life, then you better believe the next time I ask you to drop another one, you're going to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. And people will say this. People say this is so funny. They'll say, I agree with somebody, or even with us, right? That I agree with what you say, Mike. Even just random people in the street or whatever, or viewing. I agree with you 99% of the time, you know. But there is a 1% chance that we do disagree on some stuff. And I go, okay, the 99% doesn't matter at all. It doesn't. The 95, it doesn't matter. You know what matters? The 1%. That's literally all that matters. That's literally all that matters. Okay, that's all that matters. And what's important about it? How do you resolve that? That's all that matters. And that's what makes you celestial. Okay, so Emma and Joseph agreed, let's say 99.99% of the time. Let's give it the most possible. On that
Yep.
0.01% chance where they disagreed, like on patriarchal marriage, how was it resolved? And if the
Yep.
answer is we went to God, we trusted in the patriarchal order, I fell back on my husband's priesthood and his right to lead our family. I didn't fight against him. I didn't talk bad about him behind his back. Then it's like
Mm,
that 1% could be 99% and that marriage would still be a success. Do you understand that? If they
yeah.
disagreed 99% of the time, that marriage would be more successful because how they dealt with the conflicts is more important than just agreeing on everything. That's why the pyramid of truth
Amen.
is so important. When we disagree, okay, how do we resolve this? How do we
Yep.
resolve this? Ammon had a conversation about this on Facebook where Ammon was like, it's literally, bro, it's literally impossible for you to resolve this with this guy because this guy believes in moral relativism. It's impossible.
Mm,
You're never going to come to any sort of agreement because
mm,
you can't, there's no means to do it.
mhm. Yep. There's no starting line.
Yeah.
Yep.
How do we resolve these things? That's the most important thing when we come to it. And it's
That's
the how
well
you
said, man.
resolve it is you do what I say as a wife or as a husband, or else we get a divorce. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you agree 99.9% of the time. This person is not your best friend. This person, like, that is not an appropriate response. Like, that is not how you should resolve the 1%. Like, do what I
Yeah.
say, or else I'm out. So, yeah.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
I really, really agree with that. Yeah.
Nice.
By the way, also
Good.
shouldn't be how friends react. Like if I started acting like that with Ammon and Topher, I hope they would call me on it. You will agree with me on this no matter what. You can't say anything. You can't challenge it, blah, 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 or else, our friendship is over from this moment on. Like,
Yep.
really?
Amen.
Uh,
Yep.
that's how we're going to resolve stuff? We can't go to the Pyramid of Truth together or anything? No? Okay, cool.
Yep. Completely agree.
Okay. Where are we
Wait,
at?
is it
Where
my
are we?
favorite one? Oh, it's my favorite
It
one.
might be. It is. All right, ready? Let's get some anchors going.
Tune in to Channel Free, Channel Free Brothers for this week's headlines. With your anchors, Topher, Micah, and Evan. Get your week's headlines. Channel Free. Yeah.
Channel 3, brothers.
Man, it understood the task, dude.
It
It
really
understood it understood the task
Yeah.
with that one.
It really did.
Never disappoints.
Is that zoom? Can you guys see that good? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Channel 3.
All right, so
All
which
right,
one?
read
which
them.
Do it.
Who's read the other ones? I think I've
Can you
read
see
two
him, Ammon,
next.
or do you want me to do it? I can do it
I
if
can
you
do 'em.
can't.
Yep. Okay, this week's headlines of Channel 3 Brothers from your anchors. Tofa.
Tofa.
All right, number one. It gets it right. Number one, Social Security projected to last only 6 more years. Millennials excited to learn they'll be able to retire sometime shortly after the heat death of the universe. Good news, we made it all the way to 2032. Jeez. So in America, 6 years left of cash in the bank, basically, for retirement. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
That's
So
really
is
good.
that
Really good.
in America, you guys is Social Security basically the pension that you
Superannuation.
get when you superannuation and the pension and the whatever? Yeah. So does
Social Security,
does
is that 401k? Is that the same thing?
or is the 401k privatized?
I think that's separate. So I
Okay.
think that
Private. I think it's a way to invest your own money to have money later. But riddle me this for a second. Does everyone in America, when you retire, get a pension, like a Social Security pension, or is it only if you worked a certain way or a certain like? Because in Australia, I'm pretty sure everybody, like when you're old, gets a pension of some sort. Like
Just before
we
anyone
just get
answers that, just know that you have to respond in a riddle.
yeah, basically how I have to answer that. Basically, it's like,
Yep. Yeah.
well, I'm
Because
pretty
you said riddle me this. So
I'm pretty sure
If the
riddle
pension
this
is what you
this.
seek, then look for
If-
things that are awfully bleak.
If the pension is what you seek,
by
I'm pretty
2032,
sure
times are bleak.
requirements you must meet, but somehow there are illegals that get it
The
week
economy-
to week.
You cannot beat.
So there you go. I don't. Oh yeah. I think it's only supposed to be for certain people, but certain people seem to get it. So like, I don't. I'm pretty sure anybody qualifies for it. And then they started using Social Security to pay for stuff that shouldn't even be used for. So yeah, it's basically bankrupt, but it's got 6 more years. But that's good because most boomers are thinking, I got 6 more years in the tank, and so I mean, it's just
Yeah.
I don't know how the boomers did
We
it,
can
man.
suck
How
it
did
dry.
how did you manage to like screw the next generation so perfectly? Like it's almost textbook. Like 6 years, it's like that's the time. By the time you guys, the majority of you, are going to start dying off. Like, how did you do it? Like, how did you manage to pull that timing off so perfectly?
At least
The
they're getting a
demographics-
They
taste
nailed
of
it.
their own medicine. At least they're getting a taste of their own medicine, I suppose. But
The
and also,
demographic thing
can't-
happened a little too fast for him, but
Can't they shave
I
$1
feel-
trillion off the war budget or something for this? Do you know what I mean? Like,
I feel like
Nah.
they're just the boomers will never get their comeuppance. But I guess the beauty of it really is that
only sweet death.
every time I think about the boomers, I can't help but make a direct comparison to the Hebrews that wandered around in the wilderness. They're the generation that wandered around in the wilderness because they were unwilling to enter the promised land. They were unwilling to do what it took. And what did it take? It took realizing that there were giants there that they had to defeat and deciding we're not going to do it. We'd rather somebody else did it.
it's a
We'd
time of
rather
peace.
just wander around. Yep, it's a time of peace. We'd rather just wander around. Oh, wait, God wants to speak to us? Nah, the mountain's burning. You do it. We're going to stay here. So I always compare the boomers generation to that
And
wicked
I need
generation
my-
that just
I need my manna and my quails handed to me every
I want
morning on a
I want
silver
the
platter.
quails and I want the manna. If the manna's not good enough, I want quail, and I'm going to start hoarding it because I want to have more of it. It's just goes. Isn't that the same thing as the boomers? I don't want one house. I want 17. I want 8
and
houses.
if I want to talk to God and feel good about myself, I can find absolution in the tabernacle.
Exactly. So I just always compare them to them. And then the generation that came after them is like, okay, well, what do we have to do as this younger generation to, now that we're stuck in this hole, we're stuck in the wilderness, we got nothing going for us, but we also don't have anything to lose. So let's go into the promised land. Let's
Or hold us
put
back.
up a fight against these giants. Let's do it. The Lord will give us the strength that we need, and if we can pull this thing off, we get the promised land. We get everything. And they went and they did it, and they saw the miracles, and they achieved it. So I just keep thinking to myself, the generation of the boomers, they're going to get this almost perfect slot all the way to retirement and death, where everything was peaceful and happy and calm for them. That's great. But once that generation has died off, that next generation that has absolutely nothing and nothing to lose are like, well, it's Zion or bust, isn't it? I mean, it's either Zion or we're literally bust. So
Yep.
why not just shoot for
That,
Zion?
that was going to be my next question is like, what actually happens when they run out of money? Like when these people have no pension or anything anymore at all, and you've got no money and the government can't help you out at all. You know what happens at
Bust.
that point?
Anarchy.
Yeah. What happens? Yeah.
Nothing to lose. Yeah.
And the
Nothing more
next generation
dangerous
just gets it
than a
worse than
person with
that.
nothing to
Just
lose.
worse than that. Yeah.
I think
Exactly.
I think that in cases like this where there've been big problems like this, there's first thing there's a mass wave of suicides. That's the first thing that always happens. Like the last time there was this big scandal with people losing their pensions with with the corporations, doing what they did. Like there was just a massive wave of suicides because it's like there's your whole life just gone. And then I think those that are left, yeah, I think it's a matter of can you quell them with the military, and yeah. And the problem is that you have a whole bunch of the millennials who like, are we really even expecting this to be around for us?
No, and
No.
I've always been told that and always expected that I would never get a taste of
Yeah.
my super anyway.
So
Yeah,
when we
like-
find out it's bankrupt, are we going to the streets for this? Probably not. You're like, why are
No.
we going to go to the streets for this? It's like, we were never expecting to get it anyway.
Mm.
And so, I mean, like they could declare bankruptcy. They just have to. So 6 years is perfect. It goes bankrupt in 6 years. There's what? Less than 50% of the boomers left. Less than 50% of them left at that point in time. And so, like, and they're all old and decrepit. What are they going to do? Go to they're going to go to the streets? They're not going to be able to do anything, And so it's just like, okay, just declare bankruptcy and shut down the program and then say, okay, well, people, you don't have anything, move back in with your kids. Wouldn't that be ironic? But
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, it's a crazy
Wow.
one.
We'll know
Well,
in
we're not
6
gonna-
years, I guess.
we're not going to live through that. That's fine. 2030 and
there's no way we make it.
2033. There's no way we make that.
No. All right,
Fingers
let's do
crossed.
it. Number 2, the Office of the Secretary of War the Office of the Secretary of War made
you.
significant changes to the department's categorization of religious affiliation. Left out Latter-day Saints as Christians. Mistake fixed a few days later. Pentagon officials reportedly skipped the Mormonism 101 portion of orientation training. Yeah, I did see this and I thought it was interesting. I didn't think it was of any consequence, but hey, I guess putting it up to the man can help because they did change it and they changed this to Christians apparently, which is good.
It is funny. Like we
Hilarious.
still do suffer from that sort of stigma that we're not Christian. You see that
Hilarious.
said all the time by all the other religions that we're not Christians.
Hilarious. Yep.
Yeah, it's in the name, people.
We
Like,
can we can try to bury the title Mormon. We can just try to bury it. We can be like, no, we're only the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. We can have apologetics after apologetics. We can have all these pastors come in and sit down and have talks with us on our priestcraft channels, and we can think we're making really good headway on them, and then the Department of Defense in America just goes, yeah, you're not Christian, showcasing exactly what they all think. And it's like, wait, I thought we were making headway with you. And it's like, why are we even trying? Why does that even matter? Yes, we're Christian. We're the only true Christians. Get lost. We're the only true Christians. Whether or not they acknowledge that or not, why does that matter to you? Like, why do you need that validation from them? Who cares? Yeah. But we want that now. Oh my goodness. Latter-day Saints were just upset about that. Like Mike Lee, all the Latter-day Saint senators were like, sir, I am a Christian, sir, but sir. Now you hear now, sir. We are Christians. It's like, oh my goodness, who cares? Yeah. Who cares?
Mhm.
Matters to them. Does it matter to you,
Yeah, that
Ammon? I
was a
mean,
funny one.
really, it really matters to you
Uh,
if
yeah,
someone's
don't
just
do not
convinced that
care.
you're not a Christian.
Do not care. Don't care if I didn't show up on the list.
It keeps Ammon up.
You know what I mean?
Keeps these Aussies up who have the Wilkes superpower. This is the one thing. This is the one thing that keeps them up at night. Like, do my what do they
Do you
say
know
about
what?
me and my Christian affiliation?
You know what it is like. You know what they say. The saying is like the lion doesn't concern himself with the opinion of the sheep. You know.
That's so right.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
I'm like, mate, I know my religion's so correct. I do not concern myself with the opinions of all these other idiots at all. It doesn't really matter,
In
you know.
in fact, to be excluded, isn't that like a beautiful thing when you
yes.
consider your
Yeah.
religion to be the one true way to heaven? You know,
Yeah.
is that not the ideal? Do you want to
Yeah.
get
Mm,
lumped in with all the idiots?
Yeah.
no,
Nope.
Yeah, it's good enough for me. All right.
on another
Number
level.
3, brothers. Trump now claims inflation is a good thing. Economists stunned to discover paying more for everything is secretly prosperity. Look how
how good
big
we're
the
doing.
numbers are.
These numbers are huge.
Dude, I saw this. I
They're
saw
the
this
they're
on
the
Facebook.
largest.
I thought it was fake. I thought it was fake news. I saw it. I saw it on. I didn't. I thought, is this fake? I saw it. I think it was Andrew. I think it was Andrew on Facebook posted that this had happened, and I went, "There's no way that Trump said." You know, when someone asked him, "Hey, the inflation numbers are pretty high. That's like pretty bad. What do you have to say about it?" And Trump's like, "I don't think that's bad. Inflation numbers high are
Oh,
great." And I was like, "There's no way he actually said that." And I looked at the video and I was like, "Oh my gosh, he actually did." Yeah, he actually did. So, yep. So
It's
now
crazy.
inflation numbers high are good. So,
yeah. If you can drink that, if you can
Good
swallow
for
that
him.
garbage, you can swallow anything.
Good for him when he probably owns half of New York or whatever it is. Like, yeah, great for you, mate. Yeah, your all your values going up.
yeah, at this
I don't
point in
know
time,
who's
do you
drinking
really think
this
that? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
slop anymore.
That's right. At this point in time, do you think that that we're actually got people drinking this slop, or at this point in time, do you think that Trump is like, guys, look, my idiot followers, look, I'm gonna say inflation's good and watch him defend it, like just like he
Yeah,
used
yeah,
to be like, I'm gonna say that child, pedophiles are bad and watch the left defend them. Remember how we used to do that? And he would like
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
bait the media into
yeah,
attacking him when he would say things that were
yeah,
truthful, and then the media would
yeah,
attack him, and we were like, "What are they
yeah,
doing? Like, are they that stupid?" And now he's like,
yeah.
"Watch."
There was all those guys in the street that would do those gotcha interviews. They'd be like, "Hey, so we heard that Donald Trump said, black people shouldn't be able to go to certain schools." And they go, "Yeah, absolutely. That's the most racist thing I've ever heard in my life. Trump is an evil racist." And he goes, "Yep. Well, actually, that's something that Joe Biden said just
Mm.
last week." And they're like, "Oh, well, I don't want to take the interview." Like it
Yes,
can we all just be a little bit honest? When he starts shooting out this kind of slop that's completely in contrast to what he said in the past and the truth, never mind that. Can we just not slurp it down anymore, guys? Can we just hold off chugging it for a second? Like
yeah.
you don't
Can
even
we
need to say
start
anything.
quoting
Just
this
don't
and just
just
be
don't
like, "Biden
defend
said
it.
it"?
Yeah, just
What
don't.
do you think they would
You know
say?
what? To be honest, do you know what I think? Instead of just like constantly trying to defend everything, can we just stop chugging it for 1 second and not say anything?
Yeah,
Mm.
that's a good thing. That I like that. That is a
Just
good
say
point, though. I'd
nothing.
be curious. I'd be curious now if they went to Trump supporters and started reading them quote unquote Biden quotes that were actually Trump. Inflation,
Yeah.
oh, high inflation, that's actually good. Biden said
Hmm.
this. What do you have to say about that? I would be curious what their reaction would be. I bet you it would we be exactly the same. Oh, Biden's an idiot. How is inflation ever good?
Yeah.
That's the stupid thing. Like, well, actually, Trump said that
Hmm.
yesterday, and they'd be like, well, you have to understand that some inflation is good. It's like, oh my gosh,
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
just,
Instantly. Yeah.
just,
Watch it flip on a dime.
yeah,
Cool.
that's
Next
us
one.
now.
Hmm.
Number 4, popular YouTube influencers share joyful news of baby. Weeks later, announced they are terminating the pregnancy due to Down syndrome diagnosis. Internet discovers every life is precious. Now comes with terms and conditions. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And this is actually true.
That's
They actually did say we're so excited to announce our baby. It was a baby, a baby, a baby. And then when they decided to terminate it because they found out it had Down syndrome, it all of a sudden became fetus.
Like a fetus. Yeah.
Yeah, it became
Downplay it.
the
yeah.
pregnancy.
Yep.
Yep.
Anything you need to
That's
do. Anything. Yeah.
so sad, man.
And
So sad.
the counter to this I'm seeing online from the left is just so tired and pathetic that where it's just like
Yeah.
the right upset about abortions, but you know, like allowing all the children in the foster care system to drown. Like this idea that like we care about a child just so long as it's born, but as soon as it's born, we don't care about it. Like we don't care about the life of the child. It's so idiotic because once again, you go to the numbers. Who are the people that do the most adoptions? It's Christians. It's not even close. So this it is not even close, and they're doing everything they can to try to stop Christians from foster care, stop Christians from adopting. They're doing everything they can to make it more difficult because of their Christian beliefs. I know because I personally experienced it. And then when Christians are now slowly backing out because you're saying we don't want a white Christian adopting or doing foster care, you then say, "Oh, see, white Christians aren't doing the adopting and fostering. See, they only care about the life when it's born." It's like you're creating this situation.
Yeah.
If you allowed me to walk into an orphanage of kids that were anywhere from 0 to 6, and you allowed me with my bishop's like letter of recommendation to pick up children, I'd go to the orphanage right now and pick up 6 of them if they were there. Like this is just idiotic. It's that you've made the process so ridiculous for us, but yet two gay guys who are known pedophiles can somehow adopt a son. That's now the
Yeah.
current system.
Yeah. So broken, eh? Everything about this is so broken, man. And sad, upsetting, annoying.
Yeah, like Iceland
Hmm.
has officially ended Down syndrome because of this. There's no more Down syndrome on Iceland because they have literally killed everybody with Down syndrome in the womb. So
Wow.
like eugenics is a thing, and you're starting to see Down syndrome just no longer exist because they're just in places like in Europe and stuff just wiping them out. So,
Wow.
which by the way is eugenics, which by the way is what Hitler was big into. Um,
Mm.
in the womb, finding out if people had Down syndrome and stuff and getting rid of them, and finding out if they had low IQ in the womb and getting rid of them, and so forth. So,
So the left are Nazis. Is that what we're
yeah. So,
allegedly?
But they call the
Allegedly.
right Nazis. That's funny.
mhm.
Yeah. Who's acting like one? All right. Next one. Number 5. Carmelo Anthony is convicted of murder and 35 years. Every Foot Locker employee suits up, coming for battle. Managers nationwide seen lacing up Jordans and reviewing emergency procedures. Who is
For the
Carmelo
coming
Anthony?
for the coming. You don't know this one? Oh
Oh,
man.
Is this guy? No.
Caramello Anthony.
Caramel.
Caramel.
So
We're
there was this track meet. It was raining, and this kid, this black kid, had a knife, and he went into the opposing team's tent and was messing around with the kid's backpack. Even was like doing stuff in there, and the team told him to get out of the tent. It wasn't this tent. He wasn't supposed to be there. Stop messing with our stuff. Get out of our backpack. And Carmelo, now I'm not gonna be able to say it right. Thank you, Topher. Is is Carmel is all like, try to get me out of this tent and see what happens. Try to get me out of this tent and you see what happens. And so yeah, so they tried to push him out of the tent, and the guy pulls out a knife and stabs him to death in the heart.
yeah, in
Yeah,
the
And
tent.
right.
Yeah.
in the tent with a bunch of
And
witnesses.
yeah, and I'm actually stoked on this result. I mean, like I still I'm all for the death penalty, just to be clear, but I think this is still like the best result you can probably hope for. But what is crazy to me is the absolute unrest on the, let's say, just on the black side. Like, you see all the protesting going on? This is a George Floyd all over again, protesting for the wrong person, right?
Yep.
Oh
And
gosh. Okay.
and
And the
it's
protesting is
all
going to Foot Locker and robbing it blind. That's
yeah, yeah, and this is the joke, Ammon. So it's for the coming battle, as in like they're all going to riot and raid the Foot Lockers, right? Steal all the shoes, right? That's what's going to happen.
What?
But
That's what they always do,
that's the
dude.
joke, and that's what they
Literally.
do. Yeah. So but what gets me is like there's one lady. She's like, "What are we even?
If you
what are we even
stab
supposed to
him,
do
Foot
anymore?"
Locker's gonna get it.
Foot Locker's shares are going to go down. But like, what are we even supposed to do anymore? Like, I've got 5 boys. What do I tell them? It's like, tell them
I
not
can't-
to stab people.
I
How
can't
about
even
that?
tell him to. I can't even tell him to walk away anymore. What?
He
That-
didn't walk away. What are you
He
talking
didn't
about?
walk
He
away.
stabbed the dude in
Literally,
the
if he had
heart.
just walked away, none of this would have happened. Like, what are you
Yeah.
talking about? Like, well, it's like Kyle Rittenhouse. If he's allowed to shoot people, it's like he was literally protecting other people's businesses, and they were running at him with knives, trying to kill him. That like
Mhm.
how and Kyle was in the
With a
process of
visible
running.
gun in his hand, and
Yeah.
he was running away. Yeah.
And he was running away. Like I just don't. It's just like what we have right now. And this is the problem: is that we have an IQ problem. People like
yeah.
this isn't just a culture thing. They genuinely don't see the difference. You know, they don't see the difference. They just see one guy die white and black, one guy die white black, same. And it's like we have an IQ problem of understanding because there are plenty of black people, intelligent black people, who are like, what are you talking about? Like, these are so completely and utterly different. What are you talking about? And it's like, it's not just a cultural thing. It's an IQ thing. Like, I think you could sit down with these people to your blue and black in the face and try to explain it. They're not getting it. It's just, they're not getting it. And there's videos, by the way, now of black people going around. Like there was a video of a black guy who thought he saw, I guess, one of the guys who was on the jury, and he just walked
Yeah, I
up and
saw it.
punched the guy in the face. Just
Yeah.
punched him in the face. And he was like, "You're in the jury?" Pop, punched the guy in the face, and he's like, "You know, that's what you get." And then some lady in the background was like, "He wasn't even on the jury. What are you doing?" And it's like, well, great. You're now on film attacking a man by punching him in the face and saying, and I quote, "You were on the jury." Do you know what that's called in the United States? That's called
Racism.
jury tampering. That's what that's called. And that's a federal crime. So is that guy going to get locked up now? Is that probably if maybe, and now there's going to be more riots. What did he even do? What did he even do? I don't know. He jury tampered. He went over and threatened the life of somebody he thought was on a jury. That's jury tampering, you know. But yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway,
That's
and it's-
crazy, man.
But
It's not a-
that's justified because somebody is upset.
Yeah, and it's not a white and black thing. When a lady decided that she was going to try to run over an ICE agent and she was white, we all were like, you do
Throw
dumb
the book
things,
at
you
her.
win dumb prizes. Oh, she died.
Yeah.
Dude. She's
Throw the
dead.
book. I know. Throw the book at her in hell. Yeah.
Throw you know, and when
It's
that,
funny though because when we don't make it a race thing, like it's not a race thing from our end.
No.
It's just there's a guy stabbed someone else in the heart. You should go to prison, right? That's how it should work. But they're all making it a race thing. Like it's all
Correct.
like he's black. What are we supposed to do anymore? It's like well, it's not because he's black. Get that through your skull. Like if it was a white dude, I'd want him in jail too. I'd want him in prison too. Like what are you talking about? Like
that ICE
there are
agent that-
consequences for actions, you fools.
Yeah. Yep, and that ICE agent who shot Good, multiple times in the face, he just got not guilty, so he's walking
Yeah,
as
good.
well. So
Yeah.
like, was there riots in the street over that? And it's like no, because white people understand. They understood. Well, sorry,
Mm.
you you try to ram over a federal agent in your car. You might get shot in the face repeatedly. You try to interrupt federal agents from doing an arrest and then try to pull out your gun. yeah, you might get shot. Like that's kind of that. It's just kind of might what happened there, buddy. You know, you might get shot.
Mm.
Um, especially when the two federal agents are both gay Mexicans. Then you really might get shot, which is what ended up happening in that case, which is so hilarious. But anyway, really hard. And did white
Nice.
people care? Oh, gay Mexicans shot a white dude on the street. It's like, what was he doing? Well, he was fighting federal agents and he tried to pull a gun on him. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
see you later.
I'll see you later,
Yeah.
buddy. Bye.
Uh,
I
I
don't
don't care
care.
what color the guy is that shot you. Yeah, I don't
I
care.
don't, or with their sexual orientation. Nah, that.
Yeah, yeah,
Bye. See you.
yeah.
Yep.
I just think pinpointing to somebody's color in any of those situations is racist.
Exactly. And the racism comes from them. Do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
They're always pinning us as racist, but we're not racist. It comes out. It's coming the other way. It's all backwards. Yeah, it's crazy.
The racist thing to do is to not treat every single one of those examples in the exact same way. That's racism. They should all be
Mhm,
treated exactly the same. It's really simple, man. Really, really simple.
Is,
mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
isn't that though how millennials were raised though? I feel like we were like one of those generations that like really I think it's maybe it started with Gen X a little bit, but like we were the generation that really was like that. By the time Gen Z rolled around, like all this gender study stuff had already kind of influenced the culture and it was like oppression everywhere and reverse racism like we went to school with black kids that we could call racial slurs to, and they would call us racial slurs, and we were
Yeah,
just
like
like,
we were raised not to see color so much. Yeah,
it was just
like it
funny.
was.
It was just
Yeah,
we didn't care. We understood it. It was like that's our boy,
yeah,
right? He
yeah,
insults us, me for being an Italian, and I'm completely like we just didn't care. Like it was like we
Yeah.
understood that just
It didn't
this
matter.
stuff. It didn't matter. Yeah. We
yeah.
didn't treat our black friends in high school like they were victims, and our black friends in school never acted like victims ever.
Mm, mm.
Hmm.
I feel like I really do. I feel like that's what it was like for us, and so for us to see this stuff, I think it's just like really weird. It's like, at least for me, it's really weird to see this stuff.
It all just seems like an agenda. That's all.
Mm.
It all just seems like make
Oh,
believe.
that was the Three Brothers News. Satire, sarcasm, spiritual whiplash. We report, you decide.
On with
Uh,
everything. Go to Canada for the full report.
all right.
Uh,
Let's bring it spiritual.
Spiritual, spiritual. Come on, let's get spiritual. Let's talk spiritual. Let me get you spiritual, spiritual. Let me get you spiritual. Oh, spiritual, spiritual. Break it down. Give me your spiritual thought. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Break it down.
Mhm. By the way, this one happened. This one happened last minute as well. I had a thought and then I changed it last minute as well. Changed one last minute for personal reasons. I'll tell you, this was kind of a cool. This was a cool one for me. This is a cool one for me, and I had this kind of I don't know experience. So 35 chapter 19. I'll read this one. Father, I pray not for the world, so I don't pray for the world but for those whom thou hast given me out of the world because of their faith, that they may be purified in me, that I may be in them as thou, Father, art in me, that we may be one, that I may be glorified in them. This like just beautiful idea of just like friendship and like being one heart and one mind. And when Jesus had spoken these words, he came again unto his disciples, and behold, they did pray steadfastly without ceasing unto him, and he did smile upon them, and behold, they were white even as Jesus. And here's the commitment that I came up with this week. Focus on praying not for the world, but for those the world has given you out of the world. And once again, as I've said, a lot of these commitments are for me. Like they're really for me. And this was one that dude, it happened to me last night. And it's just such a weird thing, man. It's just such a weird thing because not to put Topher and Amber on the spot here, but Topher had mentioned that he was going through like a little nervous episode last night, And I was like, I'm across the world. I'm across the world. Like I have my own problems. But I said, hey Topher, like I'm gonna pray for you. And it was like as soon as I prayed for Topher, it was like this just immense feeling of love I had and gratitude for him and Ammon. And it was like why don't we appreciate those that the Lord's given us out of the world more? Like I feel like a lot of my prayers are gratitude for things, and I obviously help me be a better person, and things with my kids and things like that. But it's like I think like because it brings me immense joy to pray for people that the people like this in my life. It brings me immense joy because like I actually like I know I say this a lot to Am and Topher. It's not quite to say like Am and Topher are the best friends I've had in my life. And I am so grateful for like these people in my life that are friends and have given me hope and like how important that is. And like even the Savior took the time to pray and thank God for those that God had given him out of the world. Like even he took the time to be like, thank you, God, for these people. The Savior who died for us took the time to thank God for these people. And we learn in the scriptures that when Christ was going through the atonement, what gave him the strength to keep going? It was that he saw his children. He saw these people. He saw these people, and so I thought, man, this is something I need to be better at this week because it is an immense blessing in my life whenever I can focus on praying, not for like the world or things in the world, but for like those the Lord has given me to be friends with, to know, to have acquaintances with, to struggle with out of the world. Like those are the most important things.
You know what's really funny? I was just thinking the other day, and I think about this sometimes, that I actually don't really, most of the time, I actually don't really know what people think of me. I don't know if people
No,
think that
don't
I'm
give a
a
damn.
good, well, maybe. I think I
It
probably
won't.
give a damn more than you, but because I think your level of give a damn is like zero, but um, which is impressive because I think I think on some level I do. But I just thought to myself the other day, I actually don't really know 99% of the time what people think about me. And what I thought in my head is maybe they think I'm a good person, maybe they think I'm a bad person. But if they think I'm a good person, isn't it interesting that I don't know that? Isn't it such a strange thing that I don't really know if most people think I'm a good person or not? And then what does that lead to? It leads for me to think, how many people do I think are great people or that I love or care about in my life? And they probably don't know that I think that about them. So what am I doing? What more can I do to actually go out of my way and tell them, hey, you're a great person. I love you. I care about you. I want the best for you, and I think you're doing a great job. What more of that can I possibly do so that those people that have no idea what I think about them absolutely know? They don't have to guess. Does this guy like me? Am I a good person? Do people think I'm a good person? Why not just take the questions out of that equation? Why not just take the speculation out of that and tell them? Because I
Mm,
think most people only hear from others that someone is good. That I actually really like that guy, not
mm,
directly to them, but like I think that that person is a good guy. They rarely say it directly to them, or everyone hears about it after they're dead and gone. Yeah, that was
mm.
a really good person. Your dad, he was a really great guy. You reckon they ever said it to him when they were alive? I bet they didn't. I
Mm.
bet it was implied. I bet it's implied. Like if I'm going to spend time with you or around you, it's implied that I think you're a good person. But did they actually say it? Probably never said it. Anyway, the point that I'm getting at is I appreciate hearing stuff like that from you, Micah, because I feel the same way about you. Obviously, I feel the same way about both of you and love you guys. And I'm so grateful for you guys. And I think you're great to me. And I would like to keep that in mind. Like I care about a lot of people. And there's a lot of people that could really benefit from hearing, you're a great person. I love you. I'm so grateful for you in my life. And there's something really special about praying specifically. Like when I say prayers and I say things like as broad as, please bless everyone in the world, da da da. It's so impersonal and there's nothing personal about it. And I think when I get down to the macro, this person, this situation,
Mhm.
this blessing, there's
Yep.
something so special and precious about it. The Lord responds differently. When I pray specifically, the Lord responds specifically.
For this this person, for this thing that's going on right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And genuinely
It's
wanting it to be good. Like genuinely, I'm not just praying because I'm lazy, or like I genuinely want this to work out for them. Yeah.
Mm. It's awesome. What you both just said is awesome. I also love you both, and I appreciate you both. And
Okay.
you know what's not, it's gay. But you know what's really nice is like something stupid. Like I had a big crazy meeting at work, and I was just had a little anxiety and stress about it because I had been taking days to prepare for it. And it's one of those big meetings that comes every now and then that is wild. And I just said it to Michael like I'm a bit stressed right now, da da da. And the fact that like someone even cares enough to even pray for me about it, do you know what I mean? Like that's nice. Like and because I'm not one to ask for help. Like I would never ask anyone for help or support almost in anything, man. I don't do it. I just don't, and that's probably a problem that I have actually. But I don't ever ask for anything, and I don't want it, and I don't need it, and that's the kind of guy I am. But it also is nice when someone does it. It's nice. It's appreciated, and it's good. Um, yeah. So anyway, I appreciate it,
Mm.
and yeah.
Great commitment. Fantastic commitment of the week. I hope we all think of ways that we can apply this both directly to the people that we care about and also to Heavenly Father for those that we care about.
Amen.
Amen.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
All right. Well, Amen, you can do the end, I suppose.
Okay, that about wraps us up for the three brothers this week. Three brothers from your other mothers. We hope those of you that accidentally clicked this link and hung around until this point, boy,
You're still here?
yeah.
What are you doing?
What
I
are you
always
doing here?
wonder if people have accidentally clicked this link and ever get through to this point to hear us say stuff like that. If
Yeah.
anyone has ever like clicked it by accident and actually gets to that point, can you just acknowledge
Just
that? Because I
comment
just want
something,
to.
yeah.
I just want one person to
Oh, they're
And be
probably
like,
sitting
and
here the
I'm
whole
never
time
coming
going,
back.
they're like, what is this? The whole time. Like, what?
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah. Next question.
How did I
Did you
get
learn
here?
a thing or
Or
two,
two.
or are you dumber for having clicked on the link? And anyway, it's been a pleasure, brothers and sisters. We absolutely love you guys. It's the people out there that we connect with about the gospel of Jesus Christ and the example of Jesus Christ, trying to be a Zion-like people. We can't get there without a people like you. We know that. And so we are trying to be as committed to you as we are to our Savior Jesus Christ, because we can't do it without him. We can't do it without you. And so we love you. We appreciate you. We hope you know that. We hope you feel it. If there's anything that we can do to help you guys, please don't hesitate. Love and care for one another. It's one of the great commandments. And this is all coming once again from hopefully your favorite brothers. And we'll see you again next week, real soon.